In this video, you're gonna learn the #1 throwing mistake that I have seen hundreds of catchers do online, and we're gonna learn from pitching and throwing expert Joey Levitt on why it happens and how to fix it. Let's jump in. So here's the #1 problem that I see most catchers have, and there's a ton of different problems, but this is the most common one. When catchers go to throw, they'll get this elbow beneath the shoulder, and then the elbow often climbs up above the shoulder plane. So if you look, it's not at shoulder plane, it's above shoulder plane. From there, they just have no power. Please tell us, why does that happen, Joe?
So before we get into why it happens, here's what's actually happening. When you get your elbow shoulder height, that's the low stress position to get into layback. So you can even try this at home right now. Easy layback right here. Now drop your elbow below shoulder height and do the same thing. Much more restriction. If I go as far back as I can right now, I'm actually cheating because I'm busting out my chest right here. If I keep this tight, that's as far as I can go. If I just raise it shoulder height, much more layback, then I get the rest of my body in there. When guys get their elbow down, it's kind of a shortcut to get there. They're cutting corners. Hey, my hand's up, but my elbow's down, bad layback. Hardly anyone actually throws from here, but what happens is when they get down here, they know they have to raise their elbow up. Even if it's not conscious, their body knows that they got to get it up. So instead of going right to the spot they need to, the body kind of overcompensates and goes up, and now they're throwing a dart here instead of actually getting layback. So even though on their way up, they're getting to a good elbow shoulder height position, they're passing through that and making their throw up here. So the fix is not just getting to a good position, it's how you get there. What I teach pitchers or catchers is if you have the hand follow the elbow up to shoulder height, now your hand isn't leading the way, now it's following the right sequence of having the hips actually lead the way, because that's where the power comes from. Then it pulls the slack out of the body, pulls the shoulders, pulls the elbow through, and then the hand comes through at the very end. But if we're leading with the hand, again, even though this is a great position to be in, we're breaking the chain, and often guys either lead with the hand or do all this extra stuff. So here's a simple way to think about it. Have the hand follow the elbow up the escalator. So it's not just up an elevator straight there. It's not going straight back because now I'm low again. But if I have the hand just below the elbow and I get it up to shoulder height, now it can flip up a little more naturally. Plus I'm in the right spot and I can just stay there and have the hips take over.
Okay, let me recap this one more time. The issue when we get here is we can't get into layback. Our body knows that, so it tries to compensate for it by getting the elbow up so that it can lay back more. But then we throw the dart rather than actually being able to whip it and throw. So the solution is getting basically our elbows up at shoulder height and not down. If we go too high, we need to think a little bit slower.
Slower and more horizontal.
Slower and more horizontal rather than vertical. Okay, great, that's a great cue. From here, the other thing that sometimes I'll see happen if we lead with this elbow correctly is sometimes we'll see this hand get too far out rather than staying tight up by the shoulder and flipping. So you'll hear a lot of catching coaches, they'll say bring the ball up by the ear. What they're trying to do is get you into this position where this ball is facing that way at foot strike when our arm is up at like our shoulder height. But if we get here and we aren't truly initiating this throw using our lower body correctly, then we still can get some elbow push. The other thing, as we were talking earlier, that you'll be able to see right here is when we get this elbow push, a lot of times you'll see this head jump this way because our hips, instead of rotating down and through and around like this, they're going up to try to create space. And if you're seeing that in your throw, then we need to fix it. And if you're not sure whether that's happening in your throw, then you need to video yourself and maybe get some help from this guy, because it's a very fixable problem, but it's a very movement-based problem where if you don't know how to stay closed and rotate around, you're gonna throw your whole life like this and you're gonna lose out on a ton of power. If people wanna work with you, where should they go?
Pitchrightbaseball.com.
Okay, go check out Joey at pitchrightbaseball.com. And if you want my drop your pop video, go to catchingmadesimple.com/pop. I'm Coach Bougie.
I'm Coach Joey.
And we'll catch you later.